Driving in Metro Atlanta is a rat race mixed in with a war zone. When I say every man for themselves, I mean every man to themselves. Because Metro Atlanta traffic is not driving. It's competitive survival. And what's crazy is, this isn't even me being dramatic. Atlanta's literally ranked as one of the worst traffic cities in the country.
With it, nobody likes it. Traffic. And Georgia ranks among the worst in the nation, according to a university study. Now, Governor Kemp is proposing a $2 billion plan to help get us all moving.
What the f***?
And it stays up there with cities like Miami, from downtown Connector.
I'm trying to be cool, but goddamn.
To Pleasant
Why
Hill
y'all
Road,
got to have the worst traffic?
to Hudson Bridge, to Panola Road, to Northwest Corridor, shout out Kennesaw. These roads can either be the Daytona 500 of the night, or the 2 a.m. traffic cone obstacle course, with no warning, no mercy. And as a so-called ATLian, actually nah, scratch that. Because if you live anywhere within a 30-mile radius of Atlanta, you're gonna tell people that you live in Atlanta, when you really don't. So forget ATL, we gonna call this whole thing what it really is. The Metro Atlanta area. Metro Atlanta area. And the metro area as a whole is known for one thing. These impulsive, or actually not even these, our impulsive, reckless, stupid ass drivers.
They got the worst drivers.
Atlanta.
Don't go through Atlanta. That's the best thing.
But before we roast Atlanta drivers, you gotta understand something. Atlanta roads were literally built like if it was a trap or something. Like, I don't get it. Atlanta traffic isn't bad, it's just people can't drive. It's bad because Atlanta was designed like a spiderweb by somebody who hates peace. This right here is 7585, aka Downtown Connector, aka Midtown. Was designed to funnel everybody straight through the city. So you got two major interstates sharing the same highway right in the heart of Atlanta. That's like taking two of the most active hallways in a school and forcing them into one doorway.
No, I'm saying it was pretty peaceful at first, then people started moving, so it got overcrowded easily.
First, it was generally just formulated in the 1950s to the 1960s. Traffic through here has always been backed up,
These folks
accident
stop all
prone.
of Atlanta traffic for a motherfucking Mini Cooper. If y'all don't pick that motherfucker up and put that motherfucker on the sidewalk, man.
And very time consuming. You're getting on I-285 northbound from I-20 on the west side, right? And you're trying to make it to Georgia 400. So think about it like this. It only takes about 30 minutes just to get up there. During rush hour, that turns into an hour and a half drive.
Hi guys, I'm stuck in Atlanta traffic right now. I was at my friend's house that's like 20 minutes away, and I'm not home yet. And it's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Just to get up there. And God forbid a truck gets stalled or a car gets stalled or an accident happens. That's gonna turn into a whole 2-hour drive, minus all the state troopers and all the fire department trying to get to the accident to clear it out. But in reference, I-285 was built in 1969 and got widened
Twice.
1989 and all the way up into the 2000s. I-285, the perimeter, is supposed to be the bypass, but then the problem is Atlanta grew around the bypass, so now the bypass is the main road. 285 is basically a circular argument. You drive on it just to end up mad and back to where you started. Then you got I-20 cutting straight across the city. This is the highway that makes sure that every part of ATL can suffer equally. This started opening around the early 1960s, going east from downtown. Atlanta only has 2 seasons, hot and construction. Atlanta will rebuild the same 3 exits every year, like it's a yearly subscription or something. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. Rule number 1, when you drive in the Peach Pass lane, you are not going 55 miles per hour. You are going 80, damn near 90 miles per hour. If you enter the Peach Pass doing the speed limit, congratulations, you are now the traffic. Tip number 2, in Atlanta, if you miss your exit, you do not get off at the next one like a normal person. You swerve across 4 lanes and let Jesus take the steering wheel and pray to God on this one. Tip number 3, avoid 75-85 during these times. Avoid the connector from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. until the end of time. Tip number 4, 285 isn't just a highway, it's a mindset. 285 is not driving, it's diplomacy. You have to negotiate merges with body language and trauma. Now, let's really talk about 285. Officially, it's called I-285. Unofficially, it's called the Perimeter, Interstate 285. But spiritually, It's a 64-mile stress test. Now, 285 was built to be a bypass, a loop, a way to go around the city without going through it. In theory, that sounds peaceful, but ATL did something ATL would always do. The bypass is no longer the bypass because the bypass became the main road. Now let that sit. Over 2 million people live in ATL. And a lot of them touch 285 on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. You got commuters, you got trucks, you got people avoiding 75. Hell, you even got people who don't even know where they're going. Now here's the real trap. 285 looks wide, 6 lanes, sometimes even 7, express lanes on some sides. It looks like you can breathe, but give it 30 seconds, and suddenly you're boxed in by a semi, a Charger, and a Nissan Altima with something to prove. 285 is not about speed. It's about merging dominance. If you hesitate on 285, you are done.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and so long?
You are cooked because nobody on 285 lets you in or lets you out either. Now, technically, the speed limit is around 55 to 65, depending on the condition. But culturally, 285 runs about 80. And if you're doing about 60, you're a rolling roadblock. So get the hell out the way. The exits on 285 don't gently appear. They just ambush you out of nowhere. You be vibing in the far left lane, and suddenly your exit's about 0.3 miles away on the far right. And that's when you see the true Atlanta instinct kick in.
It get up through there, bro. Like, it ain't that hard, bro. It's that simple, bro. Like, what is y'all doing? Then you got lame ass folk like Buddy in this truck right here trying to slow down my motion, but you ain't stopping nothing. I still squoze then.
And let's not forget about this damn construction. 285 is in a permanent relationship with Orange Barrels. Every year there's a new project. Every new year there's a lane shift. Every new year we act surprised. So remember this. Now if you're driving on 285, here's the real trick. Pick your lane early, commit, signal before you move, and don't
Get the f out of the way!
And don't approach the aggressive driver. Please let them go, because on 285 egos cost time, money, and judgment. Here we observe the ATL commuter in its natural habitat. Atlanta drivers don't drive to get somewhere. They drive to win. Because in most cities, you get in a car, you put on some music.
Hey, I got a drug problem.
Not here. In Atlanta, you get in your car and you immediately ask yourself, who am I going to race today? Maybe it's because our highways were built to funnel over 300,000 people through the same 6 lanes. Maybe it's because 285 is a circular test of patience. Maybe it's because the construction barrels appear overnight like some side quest. But here's the wild part. Everybody complains about Atlanta drivers, but the second you get behind the wheel, you become one. And you say you hate people that speed, but the minute the Peach Pass opened up, you're doing about 85 like you got drafted. Atlanta doesn't make bad drivers. It reveals competitive. Because when the traffic is 45 minutes for a 7-mile ass drive, you either adapt or you get left.
No, in Atlanta, our speed limit is damn near 65. So if you're doing 65, all the old ladies and everybody that's doing 65, you be in this lane right here. You hear me? If you're in that second lane, you gotta be doing at least 75, man. 75 to 85, just in this lane. This lane right here, you gotta be doing 85 and up. This whole express, the last lane to the left, this for Hellcats and people that's running from the police and people that's late for work. If you ain't doing that, one of them.
So respectfully, please stay your ass out the far left lane. There ain't nothing going on for you to be going in that left lane, dog. And also, if you're the person that be damn near going 5 under or even 10 under,
Get out of the left lane unless you were speeding dangerous speeds. Get out. You are not. No.
the speed limit on the Peach Pass lane, you need your shit to get revoked immediately. It's not a speedway, but it's an express lane for a reason, because everybody on here is trying to get to where they need to go.
To speed. Move out of the left lane. My office and my commute to work on a Wednesday morning is like 30 to 40 minutes, which I don't think that's that bad in Atlanta. That's pretty standard. My commute this morning was over an hour long.
So if you're just passing through Metro Atlanta casually, or in Georgia in general, there's a few things that you need to understand. These are not mistakes. These are traditions. Number 1, speeding. The speed limit in Atlanta is not a rule, it's a suggestion. If the sign says 65, traffic is definitely doing 80. If you're doing the speed limit, oh, you are the problem. Number 2, cutting across lanes for an exit. The Atlanta exit special. If somebody misses their exit, they're not taking the next one. They're cutting across 4 lanes with faith. Number 3, last second merging. Good luck, everybody else. You see a long line to merge? Yeah, we don't do that here. Yeah, we don't do that here. We skip the entire line and merge at the last second possible. At the very last second possible. It's not cutting, it's just efficiency. Number 4, directional creativity. Sometimes you'll see somebody in the right lane make a left turn and nobody questions it because deep down we understand. Number 5, blocking the entire road for one direction. If someone needs to turn, they will stop right then, right there. Doesn't matter if there's 20 cars behind them. That turn is happening. Blinkers, optional. Personal space, gone. Courtesy, damn, we don't left that stuff out of the crib, twin. So if you're driving through Atlanta, don't take it personal. Just adapt. When being a native, I always have a go-to catchphrase for every time there's a freaking delay, such as accidents, construction, and stalls, and collapses. Maybe even block off one lane to blocking off all lanes, and creating a 5-mile, 15-turn ass detour. Shoot, if you're even lucky, if that same back road doesn't even have a mountain of freaking traffic. Hear me clearly. It always gotta be some shit, bro.
Why did you run a red light?
I can't see through my eye. I can't see through my eye.
It doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing, you will always run into something when you get on these roads.
Don't nobody know whose fucking turn it is. Everybody is trying to rush and go through that 4-way. Out of turn, going crazy, doing all kinds of stuff.
This is driving in ATL. Thank you.